Okay, June 15 in the books. Let's review. What a day. Fed increased rates by 75 basis points. Um, Shocker? Yes and no. Yes, because um, we haven't seen a 75 basis point increase in a very long time. And no, because we were all really expecting it. If you look online, if you look at the um, rate hike sentiment, everyone was expecting more than half a basis point increase. So let's get into it. Um, most of tech gapped up today with the SPY. We gapped above yesterday's high, and we kind of just stayed sideways until the Fed meeting. I mean, looking at Microsoft bouncing from 250 to 248, just in this range, and then obviously you can tell when the Fed dropped the news, boom, everything went crazy. Same thing with Nvidia, a little gap up, sideways, chip chop, and then boom, the news. I took three trades today, so let's go over them. Amazon was the only one that was kind of grinding higher, and it was pretty extended from the 9 moving average on the 30, which is my favorite trade to take short or to take long. If we're extended to the downside, I look to take long, like a reversion back into the mean, and vice versa for the short if we're extended to the upside. The reason why I took this at what like 106.20s, 106.30 is because the range from Monday. Um, this is a range high, down here is a range low on the higher time frame. So I took a short over here. Um, I went to break even fairly quickly actually on this one because the bids at 106 would not let go. And not only on the level 2 where they stacked, but I'm watching the order flow, and there was a very, very big position just refilling back up around there. And they just would not let it go, and they built a very strong position down there. And that is what made me go to break even very quickly because I said, you know what, if the sellers come in, that position is going to get washed and we're going to dump fast. If we don't dump fast, then we're going to pop. And I just went to break even. I mean, what is this? 105.70, 50 cents. I would be up 1.25 R, and then I would come back to break even, so it doesn't even matter. What I'm super upset about, actually, let's go into my third trade, sorry, my second trade. It was Facebook over here. So for me, 165.60 to 165.70 is the pivot between the high of the range and the low of the range on um, Meta, formerly known as Facebook. So we're clearly in a downtrend over here. We're clearly in downtrend. We pushed up, uh, failed to break out of the range high, and now we're in a downtrend. I said, you know what, maybe we could test the lows again. I was looking for a VWAP projection. What I could have done better with this trade is paid more attention to the 9 moving average on the 30. We were hugging it, we held it, we never closed below, and we were kind of just grinding higher. That was a mistake on my end, and usually the trades that don't work out for me is if there is no serious extension from the 9 moving average on the 30, because then there's really no mean reversion or reason to move to the other side. Um, what ended up happening with Meta over here, I'm just gonna call it Facebook. There's no way I can call this thing Meta. What ended up happening with Facebook, I was looking to get long down here, and I know like, oh yeah, he was gonna call the bottom. That's why I have the level there. This pivot, I take my trades at the level. So they're doing construction on my street, and the fucking construction workers, they cut through our TV and internet box. So our TV and internet went out. I ended up having to hook up to hotspot on my trading laptop, but I also have a data feed that I watch on my other laptop, and that hotspot can't support both of them. So I dropped the data feed and I was just watching raw price action. What I wanted was for this 5 minute candle to touch the level as well, just for like a double confirmation because I don't have all my information and I missed out on an insane move up. That's totally okay. I was very upset though. It's hilarious. I'm saying it's totally okay, but I was very upset. Yeah, I was shaking. I was very furious. And I'm not gonna have internet tomorrow um, to trade at home, so I'm gonna have to go somewhere else to trade. Yeah, I was furious because this was one hell of a long. Just from here to here is 8R, and obviously that's another 16R. I'm not saying I was gonna grab the whole 16, but this is a minimum 8R trade. And then after that, I kind of just grabbed a little scalp on AMD off the highs. If you guys will remember, this is where I took that first pullback short on AMD on Monday. So a short off of there, like 90.70. I just threw my 2R out and I just grabbed it. My 4R was right over here. Would have definitely hit, but I was so furious. Once I hit my 2R, I just shut my laptop off and I left. Um, yeah, so that was my trading day. We are in the so forget that. Let's look at some daily stuff and see how those are looking. So for AMD, Nvidia, and Microsoft, and Meta, we are all up. And let's do Amazon as well. Yeah. So let's start off with Amazon. Let's put the daily over here. We are pushing back up into the 9 moving average. We tried, what is this low? This low is 101.24. Actually, I'm going to give you the exact low. This low, I want to show. Let's get it here. There you go. This low was 101.43. This low is 101.26. So we couldn't really break down the lows either. So we're holding the range low over here, low 101s. And we are getting bought up. This was a significant push today at the end of the day um, for Amazon and the entire market, really. The entire market just shot up. But let's see how this holds up for tomorrow because the last time Fed raised interest rates, um, we kind of dumped intraday and then we got bought back up and we rallied. But the next day we just sold off everything. We were just like the floor was open and we just fell through. Let's look at AMD, same thing, we're moving to the moving average, we're holding the lows pretty well over here. That's, shit, okay, let's come back, we can just do this. So let's look at Meta. We failed to break down from this low. I mean, we broke down, but we're coming back up. We're going into the 9 moving average. That's where we want to go. We can reload a short over there. Microsoft, we're pushing right into it. We're like $4 or $5 away. And Nvidia, same thing. We're pushing right into it. We're about $5 away. So I mean, it's going to be pretty interesting. We are at the lows. Let's see if um, this end day rally was a hoax or we're going to end up continuing the end of the week pushing higher, breaking down the downtrend. It's going to be interesting.